All right, friends, thanks so much for being here. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Crisis Report. Round 4, ready. Yes, round 4. That should tell you everything you need to know. I'm up for some stuff, and these basically my channels are evolving in a positive way. They're growing, and we're getting some looks for some people, and so it wouldn't be a good look to start the broadcast off with an F bomb. And to be honest with you, I'm frustrated with all this, but we have handled this for 5 years. We know exactly what goes on and what happens, and we're not going to stop. So I apologize for the phone not working. I apologize for the first, second, and third videos not working. And now my friends in the background are saying, "Hey, what's going on?" So I don't know. I'm just gonna start doing the things. Now, someone is saying that they can't like the video, they can't do this or that. Let's all just sit and take a moment to pray for the depraved person or algorithm, whatever it is. It's probably even a person in the background whose sole purpose is to mess with conservative content creators because their crappy political party and their crappy political ethos is basically being kicked to the curb and the dustbin of history. Yeah. Stay on target. I am. I'm going to. There it is. Thanks, Drew. Hey, bud. You're up. It's good to see you. Here's the deal. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, you know your stuff. High Impact Flicks. Yeah, I used to watch him all the time. So, anyway, let's stay on target. I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to derail things. And the third time is a charm. We've got a whole bunch of crises to talk about. And I appreciate y'all being here. I know it is super late. I should have been done by now. But, when I had a big meeting today. And I told them, I said, you can count on your thumbs the times that I don't get here. The crisis report comes rain or shine. And no matter what they're trying to rain on me or make me shine on, I keep doing it. And we give you the most comprehensive news on YouTube here. And yeah, someone, they got a little Brondo on the, it's great for plants, makes plants grow. So anyway, yeah, let's get started. Fourth time I've started at midnight, so this one's gonna work. Let's get going on the crisis report. I'm just gonna read it, and you guys just sit back and listen, and we appreciate it. It is what plants crave. All right, your crisis report for July 2nd, 2025. Big beautiful bill is going back and forth. TikTok employees brace for potential layoffs Wednesday morning as growing uncertainty around U.S. China tariffs and looming ban or sale take shape. Qantas has suffered cyber attack with 6 million customers' records potentially exposed. Information exposed as access through a call center's third-party service platform. Japan updates its mega-quake disaster prevention plan, last updated in 2014. Countries have experienced increased seismic activity over the last 2 weeks. Search engines operating in Australia will need to implement age assurance technologies to logged in users under Australia's new safety code. New law gives authority to Australia's e-safety office to issue delist notices requiring search engines to remove links to non-compliant web pages. I think on the first. Ark, I appreciate that, brother. I know you mean what you say, and honestly, bro, back at you. I got room for you here too. So evidently they got rid of Kanye West's visa because he's saying bad things, naughty things on a on his videos and music. Recently freed Siarhai Sitkanuski. Yep, got it. Arrested in 2020 after announcing his intention to run for the Belarusian presidential election against Lukashenko. He's now going to use his voice until Belarus becomes democratic and joins the European Union. Russian intelligence chief has met with Cuban president during a visit to Havana the day before Trump ordered his top cabinet officials to re-examine active sanctions on Cuba and come up with ways to toughen them within 30 days. Iran President Pezeshkian signs law halting cooperation with the IAEA. Wisconsin Supreme Court struck down a 176-year-old abortion ban in a 4-3 ruling, stating a newer state law criminalizing abortions only after a baby can survive outside the womb takes precedence. Seem to remember a certain Supreme Court vote election a little while back in a certain state that was supposedly really important, and the liberal person won, tipping the balance, and here we are. German city of Cologne relabels playgrounds to play and activity areas because former word allegedly exclude people. It's exclusive. It's exclusive. Microsoft is going to cut 9,000 employees to the latest round of layoffs. Bad. European Commission under Ursula von der Leyen is to face a vote of no confidence in the European Parliament. The vote will happen on July 10th. IceBlock tops Apple's U.S. app rankings, becoming the #1 free social network app and the third most downloaded free app overall. App allows users to anonymously share reports and give notifications on the location of ICE agents. So there's a reason this is going on, and it's not what you think. Ukraine requests Washington to allow Europe to buy U.S. weapons for Ukraine as the Pentagon halts some shipments due to low stockpiles. TikTok is being flooded with racist AI videos generated by Google's VEO3, and they can't stop it due to popularity and high rates of upload. You cannot make this stuff up. So Google creates an AI thing, and people are using it to make really crappy stuff. And TikTok, because of their algorithm, keeps wanting it to be uploaded. You literally, I mean, you want to talk about peak 2025. You cannot make, I mean, that is just nuts. Oh my gosh. One AI makes racist stuff, and the other AI is promoting it because it's popular. And it's a grand time to be alive. Racism is bad. We all know this. But these AI and computers and these algorithms, I think they're worse. Trump, it looks like the House is ready to vote tonight. Let's go Republicans. Bad boot news on that. CBS's parent company has agreed to $16 million to settle a lawsuit brought by Trump over a 60-minute segment involving Kamala Harris. Driving school in New York City bribed DMV examiners to illegally speed up the licensing process for illegal immigrants, even if they had no driving experience. We covered this over on PrepperNow, well over an hour ago. And gotta tell you, man, you are living in interesting times. Can't speak the language, can't drive. Hey, here's a license. I wonder why they would need licenses. I don't know. It's almost like they might be able to go in and let their opinion be known. Big Beautiful Bill now allows Medicaid to fund gender-affirming care for minors after the Senate parliamentarian blocked a provision that would have banned it. Who is this parliamentarian? Seriously. And why are they like, why Why can they do that? You might need some rule changes, yo. Representative Thomas Massey claims he has the votes needed to stop President Trump's big, beautiful bill from passing the House. Pretty much he does. Federal judge appointed by Obama, imagine that, has ruled that President Trump exceeded his authority by preventing illegal immigrants in the U.S. from applying for asylum and has ordered him to reopen the border to asylum seekers. Iranian hackers say they gained access to 100 gigabytes of emails linked to President Trump and his inner circle. Republicans are flooding the IceBlock app with fake reports to make it unusable, as the app is designed to help illegal immigrants evade ICE agents. That's funny. FDA has announced that a new safety warning label will be added to the certain gibbities that take on the Rona, citing a significantly increased risk of myocarditis and long-term heart effects. Gosh, it's almost like this channel got it right 4 years ago. Dalai Lama says he will have successor after his death. Good to know. Elon Musk gives credit to President Trump for resolving conflicts around the world. Trump has successfully resolved several serious conflicts around the world. Japan said that much more needs to be done to prepare for a possible mega quake to reduce the feared death toll of up to 300,000 people. Every few seconds I go over and I check the chat, see if you guys are still here. Trump says trade deal reached with Vietnam without giving details. William J. Pulte, who serves as director of U.S. federal housing and chairs both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, urged Congress on Wednesday to launch an investigation into Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. Multiple people were injured in a shooting at Oglethorpe Mall in Savannah, Georgia. Trump has called on Powell to resign immediately. Iran's president announces suspension of country's cooperation with the IAEA. It's a big one. Iran has made preparations to lay mines in the Strait of Hormuz in case of a renewed aggression, according to Reuters. A lot of channels talked about this. This is bad. It means they're basically ready to go. And it also means that we're probably trending towards another fight. Saudi Arabia secretly aided Israel's defense against Iran despite publicly condemning Israeli strikes. Riyadh provided radar data, shared intelligence, and opened northern airspace for Israeli aircraft, helping intercept Iranian missiles and drones. Trump violated the mineral agreement with Zelensky and stopped the weapons deliveries for Ukraine, according to the White House. White House confirms it has halted weapons that Ukraine was scheduled to receive, including PAC-3 Patriots, 155mm artillery rounds, GMLRS, Stingers, AIM-7s, and Hellfire missiles. Most likely the weapons are headed towards Israel. Pentagon officially announced that U.S. and Israeli strikes took Iran's nuclear program back about 1 or 2 years. Israel holds secret high-level talks with Russia over Iran and Syria, according to KAN. If you have not yet understood the Trump administration's seemingly disproportionate concern with China resuming rare earth magnet shipments ASAP, now you do. Many say the U.S. military backs the USD, but Chinese rare earth magnets de facto back the U.S. military and, of course, Israel's air defense. BlackRock has pivoted away from the U.S. and is going towards India and Japan. It is seeing a rising interest from its global clients in diversifying away from the U.S. More than 20% of the firm's clients said in a recent survey that they were looking at trimming their exposure to U.S. markets and the dollar. While the U.S. will remain a core part of BlackRock's global portfolio, it is advising and an incremental capital outlay for diversification by region, sector, and asset class, said Wu. U.S. equities exchange traded funds listed in Asia Pac saw net selling in June for the first time since May 2023, while Asian equity, oh, there you go, sorry. Asian equity ETFs got inflows over the last 3 months, with 19 billion coming into China, Wu said. European equity ETFs have seen inflows rising 8 times to $60 billion this year, putting them on track for the largest annual inflow since 2015, she added. Asset managers unit BlackRock Institute remains positive on Japan and India and neutral on China, Europe, and the UK. Kalin Georgescu, you might remember this guy that was going to win in Romania, and he got removed. They took him away because he was going to win. He's a nationalist. He's been officially indicted, promoting the personality cults of war criminals, is what they said. Publicly promoting fascist ideals by the prosecutor's office. So only 2 of the 6 original charges stuck, meaning they couldn't make a compelling case in front of a judge about usurping the constitutional order or constituting a fascist organization. The only thing they have some evidence of is Georgescu allegedly and deliberately and knowingly quoting some fascist historical figures. Serbian government has ordered all Serbian defense companies to immediately halt all exports of firearms and ammunition. Uncertain if this is related with the ongoing anti-Vucic protests in the country might be. Trump could arm Israel with U.S. B-2 bombers and bunker busters if Iran tries to go nuclear in a new proposal. Proposed by Representatives Josh Gottheimer, Democrat, New Jersey, and Mike Lawler, Mr. Lawler, Republican, New York. The Bunker Buster Act would allow Trump to take actions to ensure Israel is prepared for all contingencies if Iran seeks to develop a nuclear weapon. As of 2024, the U.S. had 19 B-2s in operation. It does not transfer custody of its B-2 stealth bombers to any of its allies. Iran, the leading state sponsor of terror and one of America's top enemies, can never have a nuclear weapon. That's why I strongly supported our military actions earlier this month. Iran has killed scores of Americans, including our service members, and repeatedly attacked our key democratic ally, Israel. Israel must be able to defend herself against Iran and ensure that Iran cannot rebuild its nuclear capabilities, according to Gottheimer. This bill gives the president the authority to equip Israel with the tools and training they need to deter Tehran and make the world a safer place, said Mr. Lawler. French President Emmanuel Macron has slammed the EU countries for not buying European and giving contracts to American and South Korean companies. Iranian-linked hacker group going by the alias Robert. What do you guys want to call ourselves? Let's call ourselves Dave. Robert is threatening to release around 100 gigabytes of emails from Trump's inner circle, including communications involving Susie Wiles, Roger Stone, Lindsay Halligan, and even Stormy Daniels. Wow. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk threatens Polish nationalists with imprisonment if they don't leave the border crossings with Germany because they're causing economic losses by preventing Polish citizens from crossing over into Germany. I don't even know where to go with that one. Israeli official to Axios, if there is no movement around toward a deal, we will have no other choice, and everything in Gaza will turn to ashes. Israel urged China to leverage its economic and political influence to curb Iran's military and nuclear ambitions. Ravit Ber, Israel's consul general in Shanghai. China is the only one capable of influencing Iran. Iran would collapse without China buying its oil. That's kind of true. Sweden bans AR-15 rifles and similar semi-automatic firearms for hunting following a deadly school shooting in February 2025, which resulted in 11 deaths. Effective August 1st, 2025, police will stop issuing new licenses for AR-15s for hunting. Existing permits will be revoked in the second phase, with owners given 2 years to relicense or sell the firearms. Any unsold guns after this period will be bought back by the government. Redeemed weapons will be donated to Ukraine. Oh, now it comes out. Now it comes out. Okay. Basically, they're used a tragedy to get weapons to Ukraine. That's what I'm reading. I don't know. I could be wrong. Fewer weapons supplied to Ukraine the closer to the end of the special military operation, said the Kremlin. New York City Democratic mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani is running on a bold progressive agenda. He's running on a stupid progressive agenda. Democratic socialist and longtime advocate for Palestinian rights, Mamdani could become New York City's first Muslim, Indian, American, and millennial mayor. Oh, he is a quintessential millennial, folks. All the stupid ideas that every millennial been pumped in their heads. Let's get him a free trophy while he's at it. Ukraine says it has not been officially notified by Washington about U.S. halting ammunition deliveries. Ukraine's stockpile of American missiles will last until the end of summer, after which the situation will become critical. Tesla's global sales are down 13.5% second quarter from a year ago. Hamas says it is discussing a ceasefire proposal received by its mediators. Netanyahu says, I put my entire resume on Hamas collapsing under siege. Saudi Arabia recently aided Israel's defense against Iran despite publicly condemning Israeli strikes. Behind the scenes, Riyadh provided radar data, shared intelligence, and opened northern airspace for Israeli aircraft, helping intercept Iranian missiles and drones. Alongside the UAE and Jordan, Saudi Arabia also supported U.S.-led defensive operations via shared airspace and intelligence. United States State Department says it is unacceptable for Iran to choose to suspend cooperation with the IAEA. Iran must cooperate fully and without delay with the IAEA. Supreme Leader Khamenei said the President of the United States said in his remarks that Iran must surrender. Statement of his revealed a truth from the beginning of the revolution. Americans have been in conflict with Islamic Iran. Each time they have an excuse, nuclear, human rights, missiles, but the essence of the matter is nothing more than one thing, and that is Iran's surrender. The United States still has 1,500 troops in Syria. European governments are considering purchasing American weapons from their defense budgets to transfer them to Ukraine. Funds then will be allocated to purchase weapons for Ukraine will be counted within NATO's new defense spending. Basically, they're running out of weapons over Ukraine. That's what I'm reading into all this. And they're all doing little gimmicks and things they can to get them there because they're running out. They don't have any more to give. U.S. Navy will conduct a large-scale Cold War era style military exercise called REFORPAC, Return of Forces of the Pacific, in the Indo-Pacific region starting July 2025. This 2-week exercise, running roughly from July 9th to the August, will involve nearly 300 U.S. aircraft and 1,000 of personnel across about 25 locations, including Hawaii, Guam, Japan, and international airspace. ReforPac is designed to test and improve the U.S. U.S. Air Force's ability to rapidly deploy and sustain air power in a complex, contested environment, specifically preparing for the galvanizing threat posed by China. It draws inspiration from the Cold War Reforger exercises, which focused on rapid deployment to Europe in case of conflict with the Soviet Union. Similarly, ReforPac aims to enhance readiness for potential conflict in the Indo-Pacific. CNN reports citing Ukrainian intelligence sources state that North Korea is preparing to send an additional 25,000 to 30,000 military personnel to Russia to support the country in its war with Ukraine. Number is nearly 3 times the troops that were sent last year. These new forces are expected to arrive in the region in the coming months and will fight in the Russian-occupied areas of Ukraine, including in large-scale offensive operations. North Korea and previously sent about 11,000 soldiers to Russia in the fall of 2024, with estimates indicating heavy casualties ranging from 4,000 to 6,000 among these troops. Republicans no longer have the votes needed to continue passage of Trump's big, beautiful bill. Republicans once again persuade holdouts. Iran's Civil Aviation Organization announced on Wednesday that only a limited number of airports in eastern Iran, including Mashhad, Zahedan, Chabahar, Zabul, and Berjand, will continue to provide limited service to nearby provinces or neighboring countries. Russia builds a Kalashnikov ammunition factory in Venezuela. Nice. Large Turkish military base in Azerbaijan coming. Well, Eldar Namazov, former head of the presidential administration of Haydar Aliyev, said that Azerbaijan should invite Ankara and establish a base in the region to counterbalance Iran and Russia. And Speaker Johnson says Trump's big, beautiful bill, baby, must pass as it includes 85% of the president's agenda and campaign promises. That's according to disclosed.tv. Well, there you have it, friends. There's your crisis report. July 2nd, 2025. Borg tried. Borg didn't win. We won again. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Yeah. It was late. We took some licks, but we're here. Still ticking. Keep on kicking. All right, friends. God bless you all. Hit the links in the description. If you're still up, go to bed. Good night. Love you. Bye.